Shalom Aleichem, my brothers and sisters. Today I'm going to prove to you that Torah came directly from God. Now the way I'm going to prove to you is that there is a commandment in the Torah, one of 613 commandments, which if you think about this commandment, it's no way that it was instituted by somebody other than God. And here's the commandment. The commandment is the year of Shemitah. It appears in the Leviticus 25:21. Basically, what the commandment says is that any Jew who resides in the land of Israel and owns land, on the 7th year, remember the Jewish calendar the years are broken up into 7 years, just like we have 7 days of the week, we have 7 years of the 7-year cycle. So on the 7th year, any Jew who owns a land in the land of Israel must open up its gates and make the land ownerless. Meaning, all the crops, all the fruits, vegetables, wheat, anything that grows on the land becomes ownerless. Any poor person can come by, any stranger, even wild animals can come and eat what they need and take home what they need, and you as the owner, as a Jewish owner, are not allowed to stop them. And not only that, you're not allowed to plow the land, you're not allowed to plant anything on the land during that year, and you're not allowed to gather crops for business purposes. So on the 7th year, you're allowed to, let's say, take crops from the field and bring it home so you can feed you and your family, but you're not allowed to store stuff in your house, the food, and then hoping to sell next year. No, you're not allowed to do that. Everything in the field becomes ownerless. This belongs to you just as it belongs to anybody else. You have no privilege in it. And this happens every 7th year, and this applies in the land of Israel, as I said. So any Jew, religious Jew who lives in the land of Israel must observe this law, even today. Now, here's the punchline. The Torah in Leviticus 25:21 says, "But if you will ask, how will we be able to survive the 7th year if we cannot plant, plow, make business out of what we already have?" And God answers. God says, "Don't worry. On the 6th year, I will provide you 3 times as much." So on the 6th year, you will have 3 times as much. Why 3 times, by the way? So that it lasts. Because on the 6th year, you're going to be eating that food. On the 7th year, you're going to be eating that food which you cannot gather and store, still from the 6th year. And on the 7th year, you're not allowed to also plant. So on the 8th year, you are only starting to plant, but the crops will not come on the same year. It's going to come only on the 9th year. So you also need food on the 8th year. So the 6th, 7th, and 8th year, there are 3 years that you are missing food. And therefore, on the 6th year, it's going to be 3 times as much. That's what the Torah says. Now, imagine just for a minute, if some kind of a leader, president or a king or some, leader came up to the people and told them, you know what, on the 7th year, the whole year, do not show up to work. Don't work. And if you will say, how will we eat? Don't worry. God will provide you the 6th year somehow. What would happen? People would rebel against him. Who would listen to such a president? They would exile him and create a revolution. Now the fact that we have such a law, the fact that this law exists in our books, shows that it wasn't a human being that came up with such an idea. Because if it was a human being, people would never accept such a thing. Not only that, I'll tell you, the fact that it survived in our books proves that it works. That this law works, and it worked in ancient times, and it works today. So this is the miracle that anybody can open up the Torah and open up Leviticus 25:21 and witness this miracle that proves that this commandment, one of the 613 commandments, could never have been created by a human being. It's just impossible. If somebody can write me a comment and tell me how a human being could have came up with such a law and that it would be accepted by the people and it would make it into their holy book, how that's possible. I'd like to hear. Thank you.